let's discuss some Kanye West information and news that has slipped through the cracks and should have never been forgotten. Like I always say, regardless your stance or view on his words and opinion, there is always something you can learn from it. Or just overall, something is there to learn. I have shown this clip multiple times on my channel, but this part that I will be showing you here is purposely selected to highlight. Hear him out, remove the focus he has on the people he worked with in the business being Jewish. Take that out and just replace it with wealthy people in America and see what he's saying. Put it that way. Let's try and hear it out. Please remember, these are his words and his opinion, not mine. We are reviewing for the sole purpose of research and curiosity about what is going on with Kanye. And also the Hollywood elites, the rich and famous in this country, as we see most of them lie about everything for money and status. We gotta figure this thing out. Okay, so let's listen in.
Alright, so let me read these Harvey texts. This is how he was threatened. This is a trainer, but come to find out, he was actually Canadian intelligence, but this is my trainer. So this shows you the kind of handlers that are around the superstars in California, right? So it says, I'm going to help you one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words. And everything that is discussed is based in fact, and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you, or you saw the truth. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you, and you go back to zombie land forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same. This is the way a Hollywood trainer was talking to me to force me to go and like apologize, right? But even though they ended the deals, and you know, Farrakhan said, hey, you know, did he really ever have it? Let me explain to Farrakhan what that meant. I mean, my contract for Adidas was for 4 more years. My royalty was $500 million a year. That's what I meant when I said the $2 billion was lost in a day. Because of the negotiation with Adidas, I wanted to negotiate something where it's like, okay, you guys, you'll take the Yeezy, but we still get the royalties. And people saw, it's like when we dealt with George Floyd, different things, I'm the one put the money up. You know what I'm saying? I put $2 million. I always support it in every one of these situations. So you think about, if Harley was part of intelligence, right? What kind of people you think are surrounding my kids? What kind of people you think are in that house right now? My kids go to Sierra Canyon. It's a Jewish school that doesn't teach Christianity, teaches Christian kids. At Christmas time, they're teaching Kwanzaa to black kids. They say, hey, this is your Christmas. This is all indoctrination. This is all mind control. You gotta understand, like I don't believe I'm putting myself at risk, because I think God uses me before a time like this. He put me in this situation and had y'all follow me from George Bush Don't Care to Beyonce Had the Best Video to now. For some reason, y'all are interested. Two-Chainz said, YSL belt buckle. Y'all niggas always looking. Like, y'all are interested for some reason. And they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, like, they could have just switched to medication and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue, right? Yeah. I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015, but every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth. So what's the crazy part, really? What's the crazy part, really?
They can't scare you, they can't control you, they try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name.
Exactly.
It's up.
Not you.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone and let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slights from nobody.
Now, isn't it interesting, though, that every time he speaks out, then there is eventually a narrative or a headline that says that he's having a psychiatric emergency or he's being hospitalized. And what did we see with the Free Britney movement? We learned that even a superstar pop star was being held under someone else's control. For example, in the New York Times in 2016, it was printed that the cancellation of Mr. West's St. Pablo tour, which was scheduled to run through the end of the year, came after a turbulent few days for the rapper. On stage in Sacramento on Saturday night, Mr. West delivered a long, meandering speech criticizing friends and associates in the music industry, including Jay-Z and Beyonce, as he praised the communication style of President-elect Donald J. Trump. He then ended the concert after only a few songs. His show the next night in Los Angeles was canceled just hours before he was set to perform. So, this is obviously right before he was hospitalized in 2016, and it was said to be for, psychiatric emergency evaluation. The article went on to say that Kanye was quoted saying, "I am putting my career, my life, my public well-standing at risk when I talk to y'all like this," Mr. West said in a similar speech on Saturday. "I've been sitting here to give y'all my truth, even at the risk of my own life, even at the risk of my own success, my own career. I've been sitting here to give y'all the truth." What exactly happened or tore these two buddies apart? They used to be so tight-knit and always on screen together, working together, collaborating. Well, Kim and Kanye's marriage definitely played a role. I don't think it meshed well with Beyonce and Jay-Z, as well as his behavior in speaking out, where clearly Jay-Z is on one side and Kanye is on the other. One is following and one is clearly not following the rules. And Jay-Z seemed to not want to be seen with that. And Kanye started to feel that. And in the concert, he had told the crowd, "Don't call me after the robbery and say how you feeling. You want to know how I'm feeling? Come by the house. Bring the kids by the house, like we're brothers. Let's sit down." That's what he told the crowd. Kanye also talked about working with Jay-Z and how all of a sudden when he started working with Drake and Meek Mill, he claims, in his words, end quotes, "it went into some title Apple political shit about percentages on songs. I can't take this shit, bro. Our kids have never even played together." But in that footage we looked at earlier, we also heard and learned about the message from the trainer he was talking about, Harley. Here on the screen, you'll be seeing the text messages that were being discussed. Now, if you followed me, if you followed Kim, if you followed Sloan, BJ, all these content creators that have discussed Free Britney, you would be familiar with the term of handlers. So he had discussed in that clip that look at all these people that are, some of them are mostly kind of snuck into the management team or given a title as something, but they're really someone just yakking in the celebrity's ear and kind of telling them what to do, what they can and can't do, or keeping information from them. And he does make a good point when it comes to his children. Who are these people that are brought in the houses that they live in and go into? I mean, You can imagine, yeah, celebrities, but there is a lot of business. Shiesty people that probably go to the Kardashians' house or do business with Kris Jenner. Who knows? And he's right. Look how this person spoke to him. And if you want to get technical, that guy was threatening to take away his human rights, saying, you'll go to Zombieland, play dates with the kids won't be the same. What the fuck is that? That's a threat. Harley has many clients, which former and current has a mixture of Mac Miller, Brittany Murphy, John Mayer, Amy Schumer, Ariana Grande, Charlie Puth, Jessica Simpson, Kim Kardashian, Kanye obviously, Megan Fox, Usher, Tracy Ellis Ross, Jack Black, Common, Eliza Dushku, Seth Rogen, Robert Downey Jr., Kate Beckinsale, Bono, and Alicia Keys. Now, some of these are no longer listed on his Wikipedia page, which is kind of weird. It kind of disappeared and got changed or updated around the time his name was in the headlines due to Kanye. According to Harley himself, his website says Harley Samuel Pasternak is a Canadian personal trainer, motivational speaker, author, and television host. Pasternak is known for working with many celebrity clients as a personal trainer. He is also known as one of the co-hosts of ABC 2012's daytime show Revolution. It does check out he is from Canada, and it looks like he was the author of a book, The Body Reset Diet. A now deleted Reddit account had said a year ago, Pasternak was the personal trainer for a few other celebrities who overdosed. He's tied into a lot of Hollywood deaths, and after seeing his text to Kanye was the icing on the cake, in my opinion. What kind of personal trainer threatens someone by telling them that he's going to send them to a mental asylum and drug him so he can't be with his family? I don't know any personal trainers that would with that type of authority in someone's life. With that being said, I think it's more than obvious that Pasternak is a Hollywood celebrity handler, and if you step out of line or go against what the elite say, you will pay for it. And it's, not funny, but what are the odds that we saw this with Britney? With Black Box Security. They were supposed to be her security, but they were also taking care of and handling her medications and administrating it to her. Like, what the hell? And check out this article from our good old friends at TMZ. Hospitalized, handcuffed in ambulance. And this was the 2016 we were talking about, hospitalization. They were called in to go get Kanye, and he was at Harley Pasternak's home. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but it took me into another mini rabbit hole where, for example, right here it says Mac has been all over the internet since Ye put Harley Pasternak on blast. If you haven't seen it, Ye posted and later deleted screenshot text from Hollywood renowned personal trainer, which we saw and talked about. Some people are saying Pasternak isn't a trainer but a celebrity handler. Well, I guess this guy also trained Mac and even spent the day before his death with him. And then he has some links. Ariana introduced them to each other. People who don't even know or care about Mac are now talking about it, being suspicious that Mac was affiliated with Pasternak and passed away from drugs like others who were also associated with him. And it says Aaron Carter, Brittany Murphy. I'm not saying I agree with any side. I'm just saying that I've been seeing, and anything Mac related belongs in this sub. So just leaving this here. Anyone have any thoughts on the subject? When it came to the intelligence connection, It was said, "Oh, it's true. A simple Google search will confirm that for you." Pasternak is very open about his past. It just makes you wonder what a Canadian intelligence agent is doing today as a Hollywood personal trainer. I'm not going to dive into the conspiracy theories of Mac's death either, but after I saw his text to Kanye, it really made me wonder what type of influence he had on Mac, and I don't think it was in a positive way. I don't want to think he was purposely given Fent, but at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me. Like you said, Mac always spoke his mind. He never batted an eye when it came to calling out the elite, especially in his lyrics. An example, the A-list can't be trusted. Mac knew shit about the industry that we'll never know. And I'm willing to bet it was so sickening that it made him cope with drugs even more. It also wouldn't surprise me if they wanted to take Mac out before he spilled the beans on what was actually going on. We'll never know for sure, but damn, it breaks my heart knowing Mac's handlers didn't have his best interest at heart. He didn't deserve that. There seemed to be a disagreement in the comments where someone didn't understand how Mac would be linked. And another person wrote in, "You don't see how Mac is mentioned? Maybe it's a little strange that celeb handlers are controlling all these people's prescriptions and mental well-being, and they're all now passing away from almost the exact same things. Maybe this dude is unaliving stars or coercing them to take things, but either way, they threatened ye, so what makes you think they can't do it to anyone else? Hell, 40% of the people this dude handles end up unaliving themselves." Excuse me, Your Honor. Just a quick message. If you love this channel and want to see it expand more and you are able and willing, please feel free to make a donation towards more content, studio supplies, and even gas and fuel costs for road trips and planned adventures that I would love to show you and bring you along for the ride. I know money is tight and difficult for many. Oh, trust me, I get it. So please don't feel that you must if you can't. A simple thumbs up and or comment on this video helps a lot in itself and is always much appreciated. Thank you for your continued support, and back to the video. We've previously gone over this in a separate video, but this was an article that was kind of related to this. It seems to explain what he was experiencing and mentioning in that clip. And then we had in Style magazine, Vultures charts at #1 on Billboard despite Ye's anti-Semitic rants. Ozzy Osbourne wrote on social media that he had refused Ye's giving him permission to sample a 1983 live performance of Iron Man. And then this also turned into another issue where Spotify removed one of the new album's tracks, Good Don't Die, after Donna Summer's estate accused Ye of copyright infringement for recreating part of her disco hit, I Feel Love. Ye's business partners and many of his former fans turned against him when the Grammy-winning artist abruptly spiraled into public anti-Semitism. Companies such as Balenciaga, the Creative Artists Agency, CAA, JP Morgan Chase, severed ties with Ye when he wore a White Lives Matters t-shirt. Ye has apologized for his anti-Semitic comments in December in a now deleted Instagram post written in Hebrew. It translates to, "I sincerely apologize to the Jewish community for any unintended outburst. It was not my intention to hurt or demean, and I deeply regret any pain I may have caused," the post said. "I'm committed to starting with myself and learning from the experience to ensure greater sensitivity." It was also said Vultures was also less apologetic. In the title track, Ye asks how he can be anti-Semitic if he's had sexual relations with a Jewish woman, and he mentions in his song Stars that he keeps a few Jewish people on the staff now. I will mention one thing I found interesting was how he said a lot of the companies he was working with and designing things with, they stole his designs and his ideas and whatnot. And it seems to be kind of true, because in the beginning, a while back, there was some sort of thing he was doing where it was like a trash bag. And all these rich people were buying it. Oh, it looks so cool to be having a trash bag or something. And now these fancy designers are coming out with these paper bag looking tote bags. It's ridiculous. So he's kind of right. Do you think there's some truth behind what he's saying? What do you think is really going on? Thanks for watching. I'm Leenda, and that's For the Record, Your Honor.